All right, so the Sharks' 3-game win streak comes to an end as they lose to the New York Rangers, a team that's been playing pretty good this year. And similarly to last time we played them a couple weeks ago, we just couldn't get any scoring going. Sharks got shut out tonight 3-0. And last time we played them, we got shut out 1-0. So, I mean, it's a common thing. I mean, the Sharks played pretty good in their second period, despite not scoring any goals. They had some good opportunities, some good chances, and they were boosted by with fights and whatnot, but like they just couldn't score, and getting shut out doesn't feel good. It also doesn't feel good, when you're coming off a 3-game win streak, you're moving up in the standings. Sharks, coming into this, were tied for third place with the LA Kings, and then the LA Kings won tonight, and the Sharks lost, so they're no longer in that position. But yeah, unfortunately, the Sharks just couldn't climb back, and this game was pretty close most of the way through. The Rangers scored in the first period and didn't score in the second. The Sharks defense contained them pretty well in the second period, and however, in the third period, the Rangers scored 2 goals to get them up to 3. So for the Rangers, they had Igor Shesterkin, who once again had a really good performance against the Sharks. He was 37 of 37 on saves, of course, allowing no goals. Chris Kreider had 2 goals for the Rangers, which put him in a really good position, having 2 of the 3 goals. And Braden Schneider had 1 goal, so they had 2 different goal scorers. Sharks didn't get any goals, and they didn't really, get many good shots. Aiden Hill was in net from the Sharks. One of the goals for the Rangers was an empty netter. So Aiden Hill allowed 2. He was 28 of 30 on saves. I mean, not terrible, but I blame the Sharks' offense in this game more than their defense, because the Rangers are a good team. You're going to allow a couple goals from them. Only 2 of these goals were goals where there was a goalie. So, I'm not really upset on that account. It's the fact that the Sharks just couldn't get any scoring. And, at this point in their schedule, the Sharks are playing tougher teams now. Their 3-game win streak was good, but that was probably the lighter part of the schedule coming up. They got the Penguins next game. The Penguins are doing well. The Kings are doing well. The Kraken aren't super good, but they lost to the Sharks lost to the Kraken previously, and then they got the Lightning, who are a great team. So the Sharks, definitely need to figure out, what's going wrong now. I'm actually liking Aiden Hill being in net recently. I feel like he's kind of regrouped himself since his past miscues and whatnot, and not playing as well before. I feel like he's doing better. Is he still an ideal goalie? No, but I think with what they have, I think he's pretty good. However, I think the Sharks need to work on their offense a little bit more. Their offense in the 3 wins coming up to this was pretty good. It wasn't horrible, but I think, they could use a lot more early scoring instead of having to win games in either overtime or hardly winning them by playing, kind of, panicky defense at the end. That being said, the Sharks kind of did. The only thing I can really say that was super positive about this game was the second period. The Sharks just didn't allow any goals, and they played pretty good defense, and Aiden Hill did pretty good. But besides that, they need to work on, facing when facing good teams, playing a lot better. You're playing a New York Rangers team that is leading their division with 52 points, and they have some of the most points in the NHL. Sharks, on the other hand, are kind of a scrappy team, of course, and still working their way up the standings. So, these teams are very much different. But I hope the Sharks can, win some of the divisional games coming up, such as the Kraken one and the Kings, to move up in the standings, because that's definitely important at this point. As we're approaching halfway through the season, which we aren't quite at yet, but we're very close. So I hope the Sharks can, just get up there and kind of secure their way through, and maybe even make the playoffs. I feel like that's kind of a stretch, but we'll see what happens. But this this loss tonight wasn't good. They got shut out. So that's just something that you got to learn from. You got to get better. And so anyways, guys, let me know your thoughts. I'll see you guys later. Sharks lose to the New York Rangers 3-0, move to 20-17-1, and the Rangers move to 24-10-4. So yeah, I'll see you guys later. Go Sharks.